Here we go, folks. The wait is over. Training camp has officially arrived in South Philadelphia, and with it, a fresh wave of excitement crashes down over Eagles Nation. After a magical Super Bowl winning season in 2024, the Philadelphia Eagles are back in business, gearing up for what could be another historic run in 2025. The vibes are electric, the stakes are massive, and every move the organization makes from this point forward matters. And speaking of moves, we already have our first bit of business. Howie Roseman and company are expected to sign a new defensive tackle, Jacob Sykes, formerly of the San Antonio Brahmas in the UFL. That's right, Philly might have just picked up its 15th UFL to NFL signing, adding a versatile, smart, and sneaky athletic piece to this already stacked defensive unit. Sykes is one of those underdog stories that Eagles fans love to rally behind. Standing at 6'3" and weighing in at just under 180 pounds, he played both defensive end and defensive tackle. Though he's a bit of a tweener, not quite big enough to be a true tackle, not quite lean enough for a full-time edge rusher. But what he lacks in prototype size, he makes up for in brain power and hustle. This is a Harvard guy, folks. We're talking Ivy League intellect. And that football IQ shows up on tape. After playing at Harvard from Tamil Dezoido to Tamil Vinti, he transferred to UCLA and Tamil Vinti Edois to play under Chip Kelly, bringing his East Coast grit to the West Coast spotlight. He went undrafted, spent some time in training camp with the Seattle Seahawks in Tamil Vinti Eachers, and then put in serious work in the UFL for the San Antonio Brahmas. He started 9 games and racked up 19 tackles and 2 sacks. Those aren't earth-shattering numbers, but when you dig into the film, the potential is clear. He's quick off the ball, has a relentless motor, and when you look at his relative athletic score heading into the Tamil Vinti Eachers draft, it tells the full story. A 9.0 Cs. That's elite. He may not have blown people away with the bench press. 27 reps is solid. Not spectacular, but when you get into his agility numbers, that's where he shines. A sub-5-second 40-yard dash at his size, a strong 20-yard split, and a ridiculous 3-cone and shuttle. That means he can bend, move laterally, and make plays in tight spaces. He's not just a big body. He's a big athlete. Now, let's not get carried away. He's a camp body for now. Making the final 53-man roster is going to be a steep climb with the depth Philly has on the defensive line. But if there's one thing we've learned under Howie Roseman's front office, it's that they don't bring guys in just to fill space. If Sykes can show something over the next few weeks, if he can flash on those one-on-one drills or in preseason reps, maybe he can earn a practice squad spot, or even become one of those surprise names that sneaks onto the depth chart come September. While we're talking trenches, it's worth noting that the Eagles didn't just work out Sykes. They also brought in Joe Evans and Leonard Payne, so clearly the organization felt they needed a little more beef up front. Sykes must have impressed the coaching staff and front office enough to earn the nod over the others. And when you listen to the way coaches like Nick Sirianni talk about competition, about culture, about staying hungry after success, you get the sense that this isn't just about filling holes, it's about raising the standard. Which brings us perfectly to Sirianni. This man is locked in. After delivering one of the most dominant Super Bowl performances we've ever seen, absolutely dismantling Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. He's not out here talking about rings or doing press tours. He's not writing a book or going on some ESPN victory lap. He's diving right back into the grind. And that, right there, is why this team has a real shot at being something special, something dynastic. Nick Sirianni's entire approach heading into Tamil Vinti E5 is different. This is a man who has studied the rise and fall of champions. He's talked to coaches from winning organizations. He's listened. He's learned. And he's determined not to let the mistakes of the past repeat themselves. He's not talking about defending a title. He's not talking about repeating. He's talking about being present, being in the moment, being detailed, connected, tough everything. This team preaches and everything he demands of himself first. He said it himself when he spoke with other successful coaches. The common thread wasn't about plays or schemes, it was about mindset. The biggest mistake, he says, is thinking too much about the past or getting too far ahead in the future. You can't win today if your head is in yesterday's celebration or tomorrow's expectations. You win by showing up every single day, putting in the work, and doing it better than the day before. That's where Sirianni separates himself from so many other coaches in the league. This isn't lip service. This isn't coach speak. This is a man obsessed with culture. obsessed with teaching, and obsessed with growth. He didn't just give the players a motivational speech and ride off into the sunset. He's back at stage one, reinstalling every detail, every situational drill, every cultural cornerstone. He's not assuming everyone knows the system. He's making sure they understand it better than ever before. If he wants his players to be mentally tough, he has to show that same toughness if he wants them to be connected. He's got to foster those connections. That's what great leadership looks like. And let's be real, this mindset is a massive reason why the Eagles were able to bounce back from a disappointing DeMille Vinti Eachers that year. You saw the classic Super Bowl hangover. The team looked sluggish. They lacked urgency. The energy was off. And now, with a ring on their fingers and the taste of glory still fresh, the focus has completely shifted. It's not about what they did. It's about what they will do next. A.J. Brown said it best when he got his Super Bowl ring. I know, it's going to be hard, but we got to do this again. That's not a man satisfied with one trophy. That's a man on a mission. That mission is shared by the entire team. Devonta Smith, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, they've all bought in. Speaking of Hurts, did y'all see him reporting to camp Jordan gear from head to toe? Fresh off a trip to Greece with the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. That's what franchise quarterbacks look like. Confident, composed, and ready to dominate. This is year 5 for Hurts, and it feels like he's only getting better. The leadership is unquestionable, the work ethic is unmatched, and now, with another loaded roster, he's stepping into a season where the expectations are sky-high once again. Training camp officially kicks off with the first practice on Wednesday, July 23rd, and the preseason is right around the corner. Blink, and the regular season will be here before we know it. Philly has one of the deepest rosters in the league. They've got continuity on the coaching staff, star power on both sides of the ball, and a front office that continues to pull all the right strings. This is a team built not just to win now, but to contend for years. But of course, every great story needs a rival. Enter the Dallas Cowboys, and oh boy, the circus has already begun. While the Eagles are locked in and laser-focused, the Cowboys are doing what they do best, spiraling into drama before the pads are even on. Jerry Jones opened his mouth again, and once more, chaos followed. In a press conference on the opening day of Cowboys training camp, Jones managed to take not-so-subtle jabs at his franchise quarterback Dak Prescott and his superstar pass rusher, Micah Parsons, whom he repeatedly called Michael. That's right, Michael. It would be funny if it weren't so predictable. He mentioned that Prescott missed 6 games last year due to injury. That's not even true. Dak missed 4, and Parsons, he's barely missed any time at all in his entire career. But facts don't matter when Jerry's got a microphone, and the players noticed. J.J. Watt even chimed in on social media, pointing out just how tone-deaf it is to publicly criticize your best players as camp begins. And guess what? Micah Parsons retweeted it. You think that locker room is united right now? Think again. This is the exact reason why the Cowboys haven't made it to a conference championship game in nearly 3 decades. It's always something, always a distraction, always Jerry making himself the headline. He's in the tunnel after every game, surrounded by media, spouting off like he's the one strapping on pads. Compare that to Jeffrey Lurie, who barely speaks during the season. Compare that to Howie Roseman, who's always 2 steps ahead. The difference in leadership is night and day, and it shows. Dallas could have signed Parsons to an extension last year. They waited. Now, the market's exploded, and it's going to cost them tens of millions more. That's why Howie signs guys early. Look for players like Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith to get paid early. If they deliver this season, you wait too long, and the price goes up. Simple as that. And Jerry didn't stop there. He said something so wild, so bizarre, it's hard to believe it wasn't a joke. When asked why the team sometimes hesitates to commit to certain contracts, he said, "A player could sign, then get hit by a car. What?" That's the level of logic we're dealing with in Dallas. It's giving late career Al Davis vibes. It's giving confusion. It's giving dysfunction. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles, and don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are stirring in the NFL world as comments from renowned commentator Joe Buck have ignited a fresh wave of speculation around the Philadelphia Eagles and their front office. Known for his usually measured and professional demeanor, Buck's recent remarks have raised eyebrows and sparked debates among fans and insiders alike. suggesting tensions might be brewing behind the scenes in Philadelphia. According to sources close to the situation, Joe Buck didn't hold back his criticism during a recent broadcast, openly questioning the Eagles' organizational decisions and their overall direction. While he didn't explicitly call out any individuals, the tone and content of his commentary left little doubt that he believes the Eagles' management could be making questionable moves that might jeopardize the team's future success. In a league where every decision is dissected by media and fans, such a high-profile critique inevitably fans the flames of rumor and speculation. The Philadelphia Eagles, who have enjoyed periods of notable success in recent years, have been under pressure to maintain their status as championship contenders. Buck's comments, though veiled, imply a lack of confidence in the team's ability to keep up with their rivals, especially in terms of draft strategy, player acquisitions, and long-term planning. These insinuations come at a time when the Eagles' performance has been under intense scrutiny, with some questioning whether the front office is truly equipped to steer the franchise towards sustained excellence. Fans have quickly taken to social media, dissecting Buck's words and speculating on what might be happening behind the Eagles' closed doors. Some believe that internal disagreements could be affecting team morale and decision-making processes. Others wonder if Buck's criticisms reflect a broader sentiment shared by other voices in the NFL community, perhaps signaling upcoming changes or shakeups in the Eagles' leadership. The Eagles organization has yet to respond publicly to Buck's remarks, fueling further speculation. Silence often speaks volumes in these scenarios, and many interpret the lack of official comment as either an attempt to downplay the issue or a sign that the franchise is quietly assessing the situation. Meanwhile, insiders suggest that if these rumors hold any truth, fans might see significant moves in the offseason as the team looks to restore confidence and direction. Joe Buck's status as a respected broadcaster adds weight to the rumors swirling around Philadelphia. His willingness to voice dissatisfaction publicly could be seen as a call to action or a warning to the Eagles' hierarchy. Whether this will lead to actual changes remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the buzz around the Eagles management is louder than ever, and all eyes will be on Philadelphia as the NFL season progresses. In the high-stakes world of professional football, where every word can shift narratives and influence perceptions, Buck's candid critique has set the stage for a compelling story that could redefine the Eagles' future. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely, eager to see if this is just talk or the beginning of a dramatic turnaround for the franchise. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.